The Tamron 17-70mm f2.8 is the best APS-C lens that money can buy. And having used this for the past 6 months, these are 5 compelling reasons that I think that this lens is the best thing that you should buy with the Sony ZV-E10. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why I think that this lens matters a lot in the photography and videography business. My name is ABEiiKU. Welcome to the channel. If you have not already subscribed, please do. And let's ride on. Now, the first compelling reason for which makes the Tamron 17-70mm f2.8 a compelling buy is the versatile focal range. Now, this lens over here has a 17-70mm f2.8. So the focal range ranges from 70mm to 24mm, all the way to 35mm to 50mm, and finally you have the 70mm. So you can zoom all the way from 70mm to a 70mm, and that means that you can have a wide shot, a medium shot, and then a close shot. So this means that this lens is versatile for a lot of shooting scenarios. So whether you are shooting portrait, street photography, or you are out there in the wild in terms of landscape, architecture, whatever that you want to shoot with this lens is going to deliver for what it's able to do excellently without missing a shot. Versatile in terms of the focal range. And this on a full frame camera, you are going to get 25mm to a 105mm, and that is just incredible. What I've seen with the same range in terms of the full frame sensor is that you are going to invest a lot of money into this, but this thing is just incredible because of the focal range. Another thing is the wide aperture of f2.8. so the aperture is at f2.8 and it's a constant aperture. So at 70mm, you are going to get f2.8 all the way through to 70mm, and that means that it is great for low light situations and scenarios. You don't need to have any doubt or anything like that, because at f2.8 you are letting in a lot of light, and for me that means that you're going to get crisp, detailed, sharp, vibrant images out of this lens. This thing is just incredible, and for me I think that having an APS-C sensor or crop sensor camera like the Sony ZV-E10, I think that this is the best lens that you need to buy for this camera. The third compelling reason is the optical performance and image quality. The image quality on this across the focal length and the constant f2.8 aperture makes this produce an amazing image. With the specialized elements and coatings with this, we are going to have less flaring, you're going to have no ghosting, because that it is also built with water sealing. You can use this across several situations and several environmental conditions. Have detailed, sharp image, clarity, contrast across all the ranges, and that is just an amazing for a piece of lens that can do it all. This lens, for me, I call it the jack of all trades. It does everything incredibly well, from photography to videography. Another thing that I think makes this lens great and incredible is the fast and autofocus capability. The focus on the Tamron 17-70mm for me is very quiet. I've not for once recorded and had any creaking or any sound or shadow sounds coming out of this Tamron 17-70mm. This thing is incredibly super quiet and low, to the extent that when we are recording and you have an onboard microphone with a camera, it's not going to pick any sort of noise or sound at all. This thing is just super quiet, and the autofocus is very fast, it is accurate, it is precise, it's tacked on such that it grabs onto the eyes, to the face, to any object that you place in front of this lens. This lens for me is just remarkable and amazing for what it is able to do. And I think that if you buy this or invest into this lens, you're not just going to be able to use for just a few days or months and just let it go. This lens is an absolute beast, and it's one of the reasons for which I'll still stick to Sony's APS-C cameras. So if I'm going to any extra or any sort of buying any sort of cameras that has to do with crop sensor, I'll still stick with Sony, because this Tamron will work for extra years to come. And incredibly interesting, when you buy this lens, you have a warranty that comes with it. Final thing that I think that makes this lens incredible is the value for money. At this price point, this Tamron 17-70mm f2.8, equivalent to a 25 to 105mm on a full frame, is the best thing that you can buy with your money. This thing does not only perform at photography, but it does excellently in videography as well. So if you are someone who does hybrid of shooting, you do a bit of videography work, you do a bit of photography work, this Tamron 17-70mm f2.8 is going to give you the best value for your money. At this price point, you are getting weather sealing, you are getting incredible optical image, you are getting an amazing autofocus with this, you are getting a versatile focal range, and a constant aperture of f2.8 makes this just ridiculously amazing for what it's able to do. And for me, as a crop sensor user, you having the Sony ZV-E10 for the past 6 months, I'm using it for most of those that you find on this channel. This makes it an amazing buy. These two, when you combine them, you are getting the best quality out of anything that you need. And these two will serve you for a great deal of your money. Do the evaluation, the price of the ZV-E10 and the price of the Tamron 17-70mm. When you combine these two together, you are getting an incredible amount of technology in this kind of size. Ultimate lens for any APS-C sensor. And with these 5 reasons, I think that it makes a sound reason logical, interesting, really fundamental basic to have a zoom lens of this nature. I know prime lenses are great, they are awesome, especially with their low aperture and all that. But this f2.8, man, you can't go wrong with this. This thing is just great. It is sharp. The images that it produces are vivid. Sometimes you don't even need to color correct them because you are getting precise images that makes it worth the money. And I think that this is exceptional. It is interesting. It is remarkable for whatever that you are getting for. And this is the best lens that you need to buy for an APS-C sensor, especially when you are into the Sony world. This Tamron 17-70mm f2.8 is the best recommendation that I can give, hands down. For me, I've not had any problems with it. Using it for the past 6 months, doing my own personal works and shooting a lot of things around here and there. This thing does incredibly well. This is the 5 reasons that I think that makes the Tamron 17-70mm f2.8 a great buy for anyone within the APS-C or crop sensor category. My name is ABEiiKU. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell icon, and so that you don't miss out when a new video comes out. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.